Anyway, went down to the bank, deposited the checks, so it's one less thing I have to worry about. Now you'll see over here, see this thing that says Big Green Egg? This is the place that has those extremely overpriced barbecues. That and Ace Hardware. It's amazing to me how much these things cost. That's the really strange thing. Why would anyone pay that much for a barbecue grill? Looks like somebody's doing some utility work here. Anyway, now what I need to do today, I need to finish an electrical job that I've been doing. I got a little camera there, I guess, to watch traffic. And with my worker pretty much out of commission, either I'm going to have to do this by myself, or what I may do, I may just stay at home. I have a friend of mine that needs to have some work done at his house. I'm going to check in with him, see what's going on. But I'll find something to do. But it is kind of nice to have this little extra time to talk to you. And I figured rather than doing my normal, talking while I'm in the house, I'm going to go ahead and just do it this way, outside, so you get an idea of what my day's like. All right, let me get to the point. Now again, I'm dealing with people that have health issues, that are younger, that shouldn't have any health problems. So that's a little bit of a wake-up call to me. Now, the other person that I work with, he is in the doctor's office. He has to get an MRI because he has long-term back issues. He's also had several small operations and kidney stones and all kinds of other things that he's had to deal with. Thankfully, I don't deal with any of that. Nobody ever stops for these pedestrian signs, But anyway, I don't really have any chronic health issues, and I guess that's a good thing. Is it the carnivore diet? Who knows? It might be, or it might not be. It might just be genetics. I don't know. But when it comes down to lifestyle, I think that is also a big part of it, because I've never smoked. I've never been drunk in my life. I've drank alcohol on occasion, but usually socially with friends, and I haven't touched any in at least 4 years. Last time I had one, a friend gave me a martini, and although I did drink it, I didn't enjoy it. So my friend has alcohol issues, so he has to abstain from it, so there's no reason for me to touch this stuff anymore. When it comes to non-carnivore foods, as I've mentioned before, I have eaten fruit on occasion, but this year I've hardly had any. In fact, I can't even remember the last time I had fruit. These people never stop as idiots. I mean, come on, people. It's supposed to stop for the pedestrian. Now that won't happen. Why do you think I like to drive around in my big van or truck? So, that being said, here I am, 56 years old, out on a bike ride, try to save gas, and get some outdoor air, sunlight. I spent yesterday working inside of an office. And let me tell you, oh, an iguana. I see a big fat iguana. Hello, Mr. Iguana. I know you're here. Come on. Where is that iguana? Probably went up the tree. I hate when that happens. Well, I'm not set up to catch him anyway. I don't have my bag. I don't have any way to shoot him. Sometimes you can find an iguana where it's just sort of like it's caught in the bushes or it's in a fence and you can grab it. But that is pretty rare. Anyway. Got the Goodwill. I'm going through the parking lot, and I'll tell you why. Sometimes it's super dangerous just to cross over the main crossing. These people can't see. I don't know what's going on here. Anyway. So, before I got distracted by life-threatening traffic, I'm I'm dealing with people that are not quite as healthy as they should be. Now, is it normal for someone in their 20s to have debilitating back issues? Is it normal for people in their 40s to have extremely serious back issues and all these other health problems? Is it normal for everybody over 50 that I know to be on at least one prescription medication and I'm not on any? Another thing I'm dealing with, I have someone who I also work with who has serious dental issues. He was at the dentist last week getting crown replaced and root canal and all this other stuff. Now again, is this normal? Is it normal for everybody in their 30s and up to go for regular dental visits? Am I the only person that hasn't been to a dentist since he was 18 years old? Amazing. Now, when it comes to chronic pain, I know some older people that have chronic pain, and one of them, he was in a serious motorcycle accident. Hello, Mrs. Duck. Look at the cute little Muscovy Ducky. Come here, Mrs. Duck. Oh, she's like, no. Hello, Ducky. Oh, there goes the Ducky. Fresh duck. Come here, are you friendly? Come on, little Ducky. Here comes the duck. Yep, she's flying up to the fence. Now maybe I can grab her. Come on, Ducky. Nope, she's like, nope, I'm not going to be dinner for Rick. Good. Well, then it's good to have a net. Okay, there are advantages to having a van. You can bag dinner and then put it in the van. Anyway, so yeah, is it normal for everybody to have all these medical issues? And I got into a bit of a discussion with one of my customers. He's having a tremendous amount of trouble with the health insurance. He has an affordable health care plan, but they don't pay much of anything. And the doctor that he likes won't accept it because it's too much hassle to get paid. So now he had to go to some other medical center where they line you up. They put like 20 people for an hour's worth of appointments. And then you sit there forever. Not good. Now I'm sure if you had some kind of private health insurance, you'd have the advantage of getting a better treatment. In this case, who knows? Well, anyway, I guess that's just the way it is for most people. And that is a little bit strange. I see these plants they put in 3 weeks ago are starting to grow. Okay. Must be the homeless people again. Alright. So, you got me thinking here. For many, many years, I've been going about my life without really thinking about others, and for a few years, I wasn't really able to work because I was taking care of my mother. I was working pretty hard up until about 2013 when the college changed their program and they no longer had me teaching the electronics and networking courses. And then, since then, I was doing side jobs, clean outs, handyman work, but as my mom became more and more incapacitated, I had to spend more and more time helping her out, which in my opinion was worth it. I wasn't going to tell my mom I couldn't help her, because what was the alternative? The alternative would be a nursing home, and my mother did not want to be in a nursing home. So I specifically made sure that I could take care of her, and I did. I took care of my mom pretty much as long as I could, which was, of course, until she died. And after my mom died, that's when, at that point, the virus was in full swing. Everything was shut down. And since I didn't have a business at the time, didn't qualify any assistance. I did get the stimulus payment, which all that went to property tax, and I just didn't have any spending money. But thankfully, I'm one of those people that can go very, very frugal. I have a very simple principle. If I don't have the money, I just don't spend it. It's that simple. If I don't have it, I don't spend it. And that's always been my way. So, yeah. Now, since 2021, I started getting involved in this whole carnivore thing. I've learned a lot. I've seen so many people that have shared their experiences. They dealt with some really serious health issues, which they were able to mitigate or even eliminate through the use of the ketogenic or carnivore diet. And the first time I was interviewed, which was 2 years ago, it seems, it was in August of 2022 by Joey Schwartz, who at the time called himself the Carnivore Camaraderie. And that video had over 200, maybe it was 300,000 views. Now, I didn't really do anything. Oh man, more iguanas. Look at that iguana. Look at that iguana. There he is, look at that. Oh, going into the water. There he goes. They always go in the water now. What you can do, if you can head them off before they can go in the water, that's when you get them. Look at that iguana. Up, right to the water. Huh. I think they're getting smarter. Yep. Always down in the water. There's another one. I don't like to ride too close to the canal or I may end up in the water myself. Look at all those iguanas. There's another one. They always get close to the water. I think the best way to get them now would be to get in a boat. This one's kind of brave. Oh, there it goes. Oh well, waste of time. You got to get them from a distance. You got to get that crossbow, wait for them and shoot them, and hopefully you can get them where they don't jump in the water, because then you have to wait until they float up, and half the time they get swept away by the current or eaten by a gator. There are a lot of iguanas here. Anyway, back to the subject. Now, after seeing all the experiences of all the people that have benefited from the carnivore diet, they talk about, they saw it, Dr. Berry video. Oh, there goes a boat. Oh, watercraft. That's a good time to get an iguana, because when the personal watercrafts come by, the iguanas won't jump in the water. Anyway, so yeah, Dr. Berry, Dr. Baker, Dr. Shafee, all the carnivore personalities. Then you have Carrie from Homestead How. You have Nancy Ferrigno. There's a few of them out there. And of course, you can see the Dave Mack No Carb Life channel, which, by the way, I was the first one that he interviewed, and he has an impressive amount of interviews since. He does a lot of work. Great channel. And a lot of times you'll see again these people talk about, well, I went on the carnivore diet because I saw this person or that person. But there's one person out there that I've never seen anybody mention. I've even seen them talk about Maggie the rancher. But for some reason, that one person that you associate with ducks and you associate with heart attacks, iguanas, man, look at all those little iguanas. Getting hungry like crazy. I got iguana cravings, serious iguana cravings. I have to go past this temptation. I go in the grocery store, I'm never tempted, but man, when I go by the canal, I am just so hungry. I'm thinking about delicious fried iguana. Mm. But anyway, enough of that. I'm going to get distracted. So, there's one person that no one ever talks about as being an influence on the carnivore diet. And you probably know who that is. Again, when you think of ducks and iguanas, heart attacks, and 40-year carnivore, you know exactly who that is. So, what I'm curious is if any of you, my loyal followers, viewers, or whatever you want to call it, is there anybody out there who started or continued the carnivore diet because of my example? Or am I just the ultimate comedy relief? Anyway, I'm curious to know. So if you are, you can comment on my video or you can send me an email. For some reason, YouTube seems to be playing around with the emails, but my email is easy. It's Bobcat, BOBCAT, the number 4, home, HOME, at gmail.com. So if you have any of these experiences, maybe you were inspired by me, or at least in some way found me to be a good example, or hey, if you're comedy relief, that's fine. Just let me know. Because eventually, when I get the time and resources, I'd like to start doing some interviews myself. So I would like to see how many people out there I have influenced, even though I'm not an influencer. I'll never be an influencer because there's nothing that I can market. And that's the problem. So anyway, if you're at this point, let me know. I'm curious.